out here. Richard.
He said,
Son, I have seen people get hit harder at WrestleMania.
Bro, he smacked him, bro. He smacked him.
Touch him.
He
did. Cut the cap.
Look how he goes this way. Look how his hand comes this way.
All right, we'll run it back, bro.
There's no mush. There's nothing there. It's all just this.
But look at the form, though.
Stop it.
He smacked him, bro.
Orin, bro. He made contact with the face.
He doesn't touch him. If you zoom in, I watch this shit like 1,000 times. He hits him with like from his finger all the way down to the end of his fingers, like the beginning of his palm. How does that create a thud? That makes no sense to me.
My mama told me not to trust dudes that wear that beanie so high on their head because I feel like you just a conspiracy theorist, bro. If I'm you not. Don't think this is I would like
personally, Will Smith to me has always been the dude that gets the girls, dresses super fly, has all the bread. And lately it's like he's been falling off. And I don't know how and why, but we know how and why. But like for a guy that's always been like so together with his like, I guess his personality and like how he carries himself. Like, it's like he's literally like mentally going through something. They were saying that her and Will have had problems like since like maybe like the early 2010s or whatever the fuck that the date was. But literally, I just think like if your girl's looking at you, like there's been so many situations. I know y'all been in situations where your girl's expecting you to protect her or expecting you to say something when you know that it wasn't that big of a deal, but your girl's mad. You're gonna have to. I've seen girls like berate dudes in public for doing something that like really wasn't that big of a deal, or not speaking out about certain things in regards to like girlfriends or something like that. They would be like, "Why didn't you say nothing?" And it's like, bro, because I'm my own person and I wasn't offended. Now, if you were, you can take it up with them. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, he made a light joke, G.I. Jane. That was it. He didn't say you bald-headed bitch. Like he didn't say none of that shit. He didn't say none of that, bro. He said, yo, catch you in G.I. Jane too. Like that was a light jab, bro. That's like me and Oren sparring, and then he jabbed me in my face and I right hook his shit.
Light spar, bro.
Yeah, like bro, you know what I'm saying? Like there's levels, bro.
Go ahead, bitch.
Like there's levels to this shit. And for him and for her to get, I mean, like my fault. I'm not gonna tell anybody how they should feel or whatever, but to me, I've heard worse things than that, than those type of jokes.
Yeah, the joke
so
was
that
like,
would never. I would have just laughed at it because it's like, well, I know that I'm bald headed. Like it is what it is. Who cares? Like that's my truth. Like I'm bald headed. So it's like, and bro,
yeah, there's a lot of underlying things there. There's just a lot of underlying like Will, he wild out. Like the punishment did not fit the crime. You know,
absolutely,
bro. We had Eminem talking about playing with Christopher Reeve's legs. I ain't see Christopher Reeves run over that nigga or anything like that when he was alive.
He didn't say run him over.
Like, bro, like we've heard people say worse things than that, bro. Like
right.
You're right. That joke did not warrant a slap, bro. And that's just to me.
Here's the thing, though, right? Is that we don't know what it's like because she's had this for a year now, so we don't know what that process has been like for her, how it's affected her emotionally. And I'm just gonna ask you, Josh, because you've told us about how you had alopecia all the way in high school and how like people didn't look at you, people looked at you funny and like made fun of you.
I did.
You weren't very confident in the way that you felt. Right? Yeah, exactly. People making fun of you, right? Like
I thought this nigga looked like a duck.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Like you probably weren't very confident in your appearance and your image, right? So like I'm sure.
Hey, Josh, I ain't gonna lie. I used to be like, what the fuck's up with this nigga's head?
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Do you think that's triggering though, Josh?
No. Well, no. Look, now mind you guys, in high school, I look like how John does now. You know what I mean? Just with the Dewey on.
Oh, I'm about to say. You trying to call me Caillou out here?
With the Dewey on. But anyway, so
not that bad.
In high school, you know what I mean? I feel like it was one of those like, because I was dealing with a lot. You know, my teeth were like donkey. I had fucking eczema skin. Like shit was all bad. Like I had a fucking dirty mustache. Like it was all bad. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, the alopecia and stuff, it was more just like a bald cherry on top of a shit cake. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't like affect me hella. But y'all know me, like I think the way I internalized it was I just got good at roasting people back or just got good at like just talking my stuff. But that's just how I, internalize it. So that's why when I heard Chris Rock's joke, I was like,
that wasn't nothing.
Light. Yeah,
I was like, that's light.
But something that I saw too, and I think probably makes a lot more sense for why she would have be more offended than someone else. Obviously, for women, their hair is a huge portion of what they consider beauty. Like
Chris Rock did a whole documentary on it.
Yeah. Which is crazy too. Because but if you think about it as a woman, and even the way that a lot of men will look at women if they don't have hair, they will look at them differently, as if they're obviously Jada Pinkett back in the 90s, bro.
She's still cold though.
Yeah, she's one of those people that gorgeous,
Amber Rose,
gorgeous regardless. It doesn't matter. But I feel like a lot of women will hold their identity in their hair, and they hold, especially the black women, they hold that near and dear because they don't want to have like what is perceived as nappy hair, so they'll go get it relaxed or they'll do all these different things, and they hold their hair like very, very, very dear and tight. So that I feel like is the root of the issue. Which at the same time, like you said, like Oren was saying, behind the scenes, we don't know what they've been going through together over that topic at home, like. She's been crying to him, like the things he's been having to stay up late nights over that type of issue. So that's what we're not able to see.
So let's keep it a stack. There's wigs for a reason. Go get you a wig then if you feel that way. Like, bro, if you feel like, and I'm not trying to tell anybody how to feel, but there's answers to your pain. Like, okay, like you shave your head off, go get a wig. But like, go put that on. Like, bro, Jada Pinkett Smith, like, has always been beautiful, even with the bald head. It's still beautiful, bro. And Chris Rock maybe didn't even know.
Way, though.
Yeah, she might. The thing is, she might not feel that way. That is
true.
It's because she has her own personal insecurities.
That is true. But I'm just giving out like, my take about it. I'm just saying, like, literally, we do have answers for if you feel a certain way, you can go do this. If you don't feel like you look that great, you can enhance your beauty. You can do whatever you want because technology has grown. Things have grown to the point where a lot of people can have those insecurities saved. I'm just saying though, Jada Pinkett, it's kind of funny because Jada Pinkett sat Snoop Dogg down when he called Gail and Oprah bitches for clowning Kobe. And like was trying to get him to be like, did you see why you were wrong? Did you see why this? I hope she does the same thing for Will Smith because he was wrong.
Oh, brother, they will most definitely have a red table talk. This is clicks, my G. They're gonna monetize the hell out of this.
Also, Oren, I wish we can get a clip of when like when he walked up the stage when he walked up the stage. I wanted to see like what she was looking like if she was like, my husband's up there now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or was she like, yo, sit your ass down.
Get one.
Fine. Or was she like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like she's really just dance puppets like on him. With him. With him. Because it's like you bring him to the red table talk before this happens. You tell him, I had an entanglement. No, you cheated on him. That's what you did. And then on top of that, he has to sit and hear on why he's not the man for you and divorce him. But to do all this stuff to like drag him, a guy that is a hero to most black men, really a real life hero, bro. Like, to me, I love him and Chris Rock. Like, I have nothing but respect for both of those guys.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm slowly watching Will Smith's mental health deteriorate because of like the jokes and the fact that his wife cheated on him. Like, Buddy felt like Buddy's been doing all these like videos and things like that. Now they're pretty cool videos, but it's like, what are you like? Are you escaping like a problem or something like that? Like, what is going on with you, bro? Because this is not Will Smith. And I just think that like when it comes to Jada's experience, it's like he said G.I. Jane. He didn't call you out your name. He didn't like degrade your disease. He didn't degrade your husband. He didn't degrade your kids. He didn't do none of that. He just said, see you in the next G.I. Jane movie.
Right.
Like, if you can't take that joke, then you just shouldn't be there.
I've seen a lot of people saying or referencing his book, his memoir that just came out. Am I breaking
Saw
up?
that too.
Yeah, a lot of people are referencing his memoir and being like, if you were to read that book, you would understand maybe where he was coming from when he did that. They say he talks a lot about his relationship, his own mental health, and just like the dynamics of their relationship. I mean, no one cared to go into detail what it was, but they're like, if you read his book, you would know what this is. So maybe there is some kind of dynamic in their relationship that he talks about in the book that would make more sense for why he went up there and wilded out and slapped Chris Rock across the mouth.
But like, I get it though. Like, look, we already know.
Son, I just want to hold on. I just
Chris Rock is a victim.
Listen, let's get out of this mental health. I don't care about that, bro. Let's just talk about how absurd it is to just go on stage
and just slap somebody,
bro.
at a
Think about
at a white event.
Think about
Son,
it.
televised event.
If he would have done this at a regular comedy show, all right,
It would be wild though.
I don't care what you're getting cucked. Okay, I get it. You're having a bad day. If you even go to a comedy show and smack the comedian, you're goofy. Now imagine
As hell.
Now imagine that comedian is Chris freaking Rock. Okay, now you're getting arrested.
Frying you.
Okay, now imagine it's Chris Rock at the Oscars in front of the white people, as OP was saying.
What?
You know what I mean? Now hey, you might be getting labeled.
Now you're making us look bad.
Like, dang. Dang.
I want to touch on that though really quickly because that was another big theme of this whole thing on Twitter the next day and that night is that I don't like this whole rhetoric of like, damn, like white people are gonna think that we're this and that. Who gives a fuck what white people think about what white people do? Nobody's doing anything. Like we shouldn't be doing anything hoping that white people accept us because of the things that we do or don't accept us because of the things that we do. I don't care how this reflects on what white people think. If you can look at two men, and be like, yo, this is how black people act. Now they can't come to these things. Then I don't care to try and be around you because you're generalizing a whole group of people off of two famous people.
Yeah, two of the most famous men in the world. Yeah,
but like I don't give it. Don't reflect me.
That would present I would present a bigger problem.
But Orn, if someone's smacking you, what you doing?
So, yeah, that's me. But like that doesn't reflect the whole race.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. You think, yo, if someone stole on me in front of Zendaya, nah,
talk it. Because that's facts.
If someone stole on me in front of Zendaya, Penelope Cruz, and whichever the baddie was in there, I'm getting my shots off. You kidding me?
50.
Bro, and then you shut the whole event down at that point? Like what? What if Chris Rock really did swing back on him? Then what do you do?
Chris Rock should have swung on him backstage.
Do we? We're cutting to a commercial break. Sorry.
That whole thing, real or not, was so mishandled from a security standpoint as well. Like this guy got up on stage, slapped the dude, went back to his stage, continued to be belligerent, did not get removed at any point, and then got his Oscar 10 minutes later.
Yeah, he had to get his award.
Now he doesn't have to get anything. He needs to get the hell up out of here. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, somebody else could have went up there and taken it.
I'll say this though. Exactly. I see like what Will. I see the reason why he went up there. I understand. Like I understand it, right? I'm not saying it was cool, but I understand because it's like your wife felt disrespected. And once again, I'm gonna bring this back, bro. As a man, if like Orn, you told me crazy stories where I'm just like, damn. But as a man, when you have that moment where you have to step up and protect your girl and you don't, you're a waste man after that, bro. You're like, you're just, you have no balls after that. It's like literally you're not a man to that woman anymore.
I hear you though, but I guess I'm like, if I'm at a club, some dude says, oh, Josh, your chick's bald. Look like G.I. Jane. Now I gotta fight, homie. Now we all kicked out the club. Now it's ruined.
Your girl is looking like she's distressed about it. If she's looking at you like, Josh, he just disrespected me.
Well, see, I think Dave Chappelle calls that when keeping it real goes wrong, bro. Was that Dave Chappelle when keeping it real goes wrong? Classic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what that is. Like I feel like pride just goes before the fall. I feel like everything can start with I got disrespected, therefore this Negro gotta die. I don't know.
Facts, yeah, man. That's a lot of deaths be happening in the streets and stuff like that. You could have just bumped into the buddy.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, now it's over. Now your life's done because you bumped into somebody.
Will's ego too, isn't it?
Yeah, but how many times do you think that's happened? Like, how many times do you think someone's gotten killed over women though? Because they're
getting killed.
No, because like you said, because they were like, yo, you gonna let Buddy talk to me like that? Starting fights that had nothing to do with you. Had nothing to do with you. He was talking to you. He wasn't talking to me. What you mean? Now you Southern smoke.
You look like a real bitch.
I'm saying now you Southern smoke. Hey, I'm gonna look like a real bitch in my casket when I'm shot. How about that?
That was it. I got a 6'4". Anybody?
Motherfuckers at my funeral fake crying. Get out of here.
That's what I'm saying. Any dude over 6'4", disrespect me. I don't care. I do what you gotta do, bro. I ain't got time for that.
Nigga get hit with a switch.
Hey, that's your girl now, fam. You got it.
I'm saying, bro. And I'm too liberal to carry a gun too. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Carry a knife.
Hands ready.
Carry a knife. Carry a knife.
Get the shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hands sturdy.
But I agree with OP though. I think it boils down to Will's ego. I don't think it was necessarily him protecting anyone in the situation.
No, I think he was.
I mean, I definitely think he saw her face, and that's what triggered him because we all saw he was cracking up just like everybody else. And then he looked over and saw her. She was like, "Oh, I don't know if I like this joke," and that triggered something in him. And I think that's it. That's his.
You know
ego.
what? It could very well have been where, because he laughed initially.
Yes,
she was sick about it.
Yeah, he turned.
He has to make up for laughing, so he goes. Get up.
But like, what point? At what point are y'all in y'all's relationship that she felt disrespected? You felt like you need to make up for laughing by going on stage and slapping Chris Rock in the face.
What about this though?
Crazy.
Personally, when she was sitting there, I really want the footage of the joke, him walking up the stage, him slapping him coming back, and then her reaction and all of that. I really want to see that.
Those cameramen probably were so like
done. Everybody was probably looking around like.
But you know how many cameras were at the Oscars, bro? Like that is a film. That is a film award show. So the film is everywhere.
I saw two handhelds. One was on the right side, one was on the left, and then there was one that was close to Will, and then they have the big beauty shot in the back. I think they were all looking at Will like, oh shit.
That should have turned into a Mario episode. Somebody should have been sprinting down the middle aisle with the camera like, yo, we need
I want to see Jada's reaction when he walked smirking down the steps. I want to see if she looked proud. I want to see if she like looked like pissed off. Because, bro, if you do anything to embarrass me in public, we are going home. Period, bro.
Yeah, that's fact.
I don't
care. You don't know how to act and keep your hands to yourself. We are going home. Because I'm about to catch a stray bullet because you got mad about somebody like sipping your drink or calling you bald. But like, I'm about to go to jail for you.
I agree. I feel like that's the true gauge though of what the situation boils down to and what their relationship is. Like you said, if we could see how she reacted, if she really was like, yeah, that's my baby, that's my baby. Then I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's going on.
The battery behind his back.
That's something that boils down between those two and what's going on with them behind closed doors. Because he's been getting publicly humiliated by her for over
at least a year and a half now.
Over a year and some change now. Like, and like you said, my respect, like Will Smith is been one of my favorite actors from the beginning of time. But my respect for him has slowly started to dissipate over these last few escapades that are going on, and they feel like they
But John, you can't be saying that though, because I'm not going to say I don't respect him because he was crying.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't respect. I'm losing respect.
But are you losing respect because he slapped Buddy? Or you losing respect because he didn't smack August?
I would say, yeah. I feel like, and I put this up on my story. I said it felt like Chris caught the slaps for August. Like he was so mad at other things that have happened, and this was like the pimple that popped. Right. It was the pimple that popped, and he was like, "Oh, fuck it, I can't get humiliated on public television in front of everybody, not one more time."
That could be, something that could have been a thing. Like he could have really been like, "Oh, August, now this, man." I'm teed off. I'm about to tee off on this dude. But honestly, bro, like I said, Will Smith is like a hero to me. I've been watching him since like the Fresh Prince. Loved all his raps growing up as a kid. I've always, Chris Rock is damn near one of my favorite stand-up comedians. That boy, one thing about Chris Rock though, and I love, bro, he keeps it real, bro. He tells it how it is on his stand-up, and everyone laughs because everyone knows it's true.
Yeah.
And I just think that, like, bro, in the Black community, we do a thing called capping, bro. We cap on each other, bro. This is middle school shit. Now, some niggas in middle school did get hurt about like you making fun of them or whatever, and they wanted to smack you. But this should be something that should have never happened. It should have been like, yo, I'm gonna see him in the back. I'm gonna see him backstage. Like, I'm gonna pull up in the backstage. Like, he's not about to get away with that. But on television, not only did he like emasculate Chris Rock because what is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
What is he supposed to do?
But also, like you said, when we would used to get riffed when we were younger, which is common in the black community, you got riffed and then resorted to fighting. You lost. Took your L.
You lost. And if you lost the fight,
I know that. Yeah, don't lose the riff off and lose the fight. Like that's that episode of Atlanta.
And Atlanta, don't lose that shit.
Yeah, don't talk trash after you just lost in a rip off. Everyone was like, ooh, and
OP,
then you get beat up.
Don't shake your head, OP. Don't act like you look like you resort to violence first and foremost.
Nah, he wasn't.
He resort to violence first and foremost. Nah. See the way you just shake your head, I don't believe you, bro. You said.
Listen, babyface assassin, man. I'm nice.
Let me ask you before we wrap it up. What is something that would definitely cause you to go on stage and smack Chris Rock?
Like it would have to be like a video of one of my homies beating my ex's doonies down, like something, like just something absolutely absurd. That's like, bro, why would you? Like that's what I'm saying. It would take so much for me to even get remotely close to that point. Like to walk on stage at the Oscars and slap Chris Rock in the face. It had to be a hell of a lot more than a G.I. Jane joke.
You would have to say something about like a dead relative or like something actually disparaging about my significant other. But I'm not doing that on stage. I'm sneaking you in the back. I'm gonna see you in the back, brother.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
That's a pause. That's
Josh, what would it be for you
backstage?
Josh, because I know Josh, you don't really be on that. Like you don't really be on that violence. You just really have a slick mouth. But like, what would it take for you to really like smack somebody in their face for that on the stage? Like, what would it take, bro?
Probably if he said I could have sex with Rihanna. You know what I mean? Like if this is like some weird parallel universe and he was like, slap me, you could have sex with Rihanna.
No, what would it take? Stop, don't cop out. What would it really take for him to get a good smacking?
Literally nothing. Like there's nothing. There is nothing in me. Because you gotta know, bro, I am 100%. I like capping. It's not like I like doing it. I like getting capped. Like there's nothing they could tell me that would make me get so angry that I'm about to hop on stage and smack somebody. Nothing.
Unless the jumping on stage is the wildest part. It's crazy. Like the situation itself is nuts. Like you can maybe say something outside of that situation that would maybe get me to that point, but not at an award show. This ain't BET Awards.
Yeah, or like some leak that was like,
why they gotta catch the stray, bro? Shit.
Like, or like something leaked and was like, Will Smith met with Chris Rock backstage, like something like that, bro. I've never seen anything like that. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again.
No, ain't no way.
Honestly, it would take me for me to do that. You gotta just like call my mom out her name or something, or my sister or my brothers.
Yeah.
Or like if you brought up something that I know that is something that I know and you told the whole world, like I said, I went to you in secret and was like, yo, this is going on, and then you went to the whole world with it, definite ass whooping. Definitely.
But what if John like said that secret on stage at the Oscars? You saying
smacking him
like on stage at the Oscars? Ain't no way.
No.
Probably after the show.
You would see me and you would see me in the back. You would see me at the after party, something.
Or when they said the show's over, I'm walking up there.
Bro,
yeah, I feel that.
But like what would have happened if this was Kanye would have done this?
Oh, he's mentally ill.
Well, didn't he get kicked out when he did it, Taylor?
No, I mean if Kanye would have walked up on stage and slapped the shit out of somebody.
Because no one's saying that.
We're saying a Kim K joke.
No one said that Will Smith is mentally ill.
It all has to do with reputation, of course. Like if Kanye did that, he's getting arrested and taken away. You know, like that's not a question. They're going, damn, here he goes again. But like it's Will Smith, America's sweetheart for the past 30 years, who like is known as like the sweet and docile guy who's the America's family man. Doing this, they go
doesn't cuss on rap records.
Well. Bro, you know what it is,
exactly.
Like, you know what it is, bro. I feel like low key, like Will's fate was high key in Chris Rock's hands in that situation. You know what I mean? Like if Chris Rock would have swung back or like done something like that, you know what I mean? It reminds me of this one time I was at a BLM rally with my homie, and we was in the middle of a BLM rally, and he was white, and I looked at him in his eyes. I was like, bro, if I literally just screamed, he called me the N-word. Like we're all jumpy. Ain't that crazy? You know what I mean? And he was like, oh, you're right. I was like, what? And I was like, I am right. You know what I mean? So
It's
like
facts.
sometimes you could be.
It is facts. That would be an
Actually,
ass.
Why would you do that boy like that?
Wait, hold on. Here's an even better. This is the same dude. We're at a work function, and he looks at me, and we're with a bunch of our other coworkers. He looks across the street, and there's a place called like John's Fried Chicken and Waffles or something like that. And he goes, "Hey, John, you want to go there for lunch?" And I looked at him. I was like, "Bro, you realize your whole career is in my hands at this very moment. Like in this very moment, if I freak out,
HR.
you're fired. You know what I'm saying? You lucky on me, because if I weren't, you're fired. You know what I'm saying?
Josh, all that I've gotten from this is that you're a really bad friend.
Facts. Bro, what? That would be so shitty to just be the white boy you hang out with. Like, yo, you know, right now I can say you call me the N-word. Everyone would jump you, right? What?
Hey, you know you white and I'm black, and I can use my blackness to get you fucked up, right? You know that, right?
Hey, Josh was like, hey, if you don't pay for my burrito today, you know what I'm gonna do, right?
This is the world we live in now. We're just, the absurdity of the world is just so real. Like there's just so many crazy things that people are doing that is just commonplace now. A guy can walk up on stage and just